Hello. I have a spell for us today on what's hopefully a beautiful, warm, and sunny day. Unless that's not what you want. And then I hope you get cold and gloomy. We're going to start off with 3 Star Anise, 1 teaspoon of cloves, 1 teaspoon of mugwort, and then 1 teaspoon of sage. You're going to see here that I paused this, and the cauldron's going to look a little bit different. And the reason is because this is done a little bit different than a lot of our blessings. This is one where we are whispering the blessing. We're using our breath, um, our energy, and we're putting it into the working. Okay. This is a spell that I wrote with Kubran. He is the god of wealth and he's the king of yakshas. Yakshas are a nature spirit. This is a really good blessing if, let's say, you have like a really annoying neighbor or a friend who can't respect your boundaries, a mother in law who doesn't respect your parenting decisions, whatever. It's a blanket of protection. It was actually really fun to write. So, the words that you're going to whisper into your working, you're only going to say it one time, and then you're going to go ahead and light it on fire. You are going to see that I have 2 wooden chalices there. They have whiskey in them. You do not have to do that. That is not something that you have to do. Burning the ingredients is sacrifice enough. But it was really cold last night. So not only did I have my jacket on, not only did I have a blanket for my lap, but I was going to enjoy a nice glass of whiskey while my blessing did its work. And I wasn't going to have whiskey without sharing with Kubran, since he did such a great job of helping me write this blessing. Okay. So the blessing itself, tick tock, old connections are on the rocks. Fire, water, air, and earth, time sounds alarm. A blanket of protection I lay on what's mine, a plea to the gods any evil won't find. Reflect back onto them with haste. There's no room to carry the burden of their hate. So, what I really like about this is not only the first line, TikTok old connections are on the rocks. This is a blessing that I actually did. I wrote this for myself because I felt like I needed to pull cards, and that is is what came up was that there's old connections are on the rocks, and we are all about protecting ourselves, right? And I'm not really worried. I wasn't worried about protecting my home or my house or keeping us safe because I have words up. Um, but I wanted to write a spell that would reflect the their nastiness back onto them. So they get that little dose of karma just that much sooner. Okay. Um, we added fire, water, air, and earth because, like I said, Kubaran, he's the king of the yakshas, and yakshas are nature spirits. So you might be wondering, Christy, if you pour the whiskey, is that for the nature spirits? Absolutely not. We do not give tribute to spirits. Um, that can end poorly. But we can and should if you work with the gods and the deities and the archangels, um, offer them. because you're working with them, right? Spirits, like the protection spirits, those are tools that Kubron uses. That's not something that we bend to our will. Okay. A blanket of protection I lay on what's mine, a plea to the gods any evil won't find. It's a petition. Um, don't anybody who does any sort of spell work, and spell work doesn't actually have to be spell work. Spell work can be something like somebody spreading rumors or talking bad about you. It could be like just mean and nasty thoughts, or like hate or dislike in somebody's heart. We can't stop people from behaving a certain way or feeling a certain way or acting a certain way, but we can make sure that their words or actions don't affect us, right? Reflect back onto them with haste. There's no room to carry the burden of their hate. What that's doing is it's just reflecting. It's almost like holding up a mirror to whatever it is that they're saying or they're doing, and it's sending it right on back to them. And then there's no room to carry the burden of their hate. We are immediately releasing the burden of their actions, of their feelings. Here's the thing, okay? A lot of times, especially if you have gifts, and some of your gifts include being an empath, where you are picking up on other people's emotions, and sometimes a lot of times that coincides with like psychic abilities, so like you can pick up on their thoughts, right? Um, you will find yourself with just negative thoughts from them, or like playing like situations in your head over and over and over and over and over again. Well, there's a reason why that's happening. And normally it's because they are just being really nasty about you. And that's why they are showing up in your head. It's not. So this is just this is just putting it's like like hitting a release button to just empty out all the junk. We're going to immediately release it, and we're not going to give it any more thought. Okay, we're going to let the universe and the gods and the deities do their thing. Now, another question you might have is, Christy, I don't work with Kubron. Can I use this blessing? Absolutely. I was encouraged to record it, and I was encouraged to record it to share it so that if anybody has need of it, you can use it, because we all come from the same source, right? Um, and we all come from like, I'm sure this is not, and this isn't what it is, but what it reminds me of, it's just like, it reminds me of like a big pool of like multicolored energy, where somebody was like, let's pour in all of the sparkles. Okay. And it's just like this beautiful, like, I don't know, melding mushy goo, like kind of thick like lava, but beautiful and warm. That's what it reminds me of. I know that's not what it is, but I like the visualization. If the visualization weirds you out, you come up with your own. That's okay. Um, but the nice thing is that just because I write a blessing or a spell with a specific deity doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to use it, because we do all come from the same source. All right. I'm going to leave this here. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Make good choices, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.